Hello, Geminis, and welcome to Deku Tarot. I'm going to be doing your weekly tarot reading for April 22nd through the 28th of 2019. This is for Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It cannot and will not resonate with every single one of you. So be sure to check out your weeklies and your monthlies for your other. You might have important messages, or you might resonate better with those placements rather than your sun sign. Because again, guys, we're not just our sun sign. If you guys haven't, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it, and I want to thank you guys so much for all your support. Alright, Geminis, so this week we have the Sun in Taurus. The Sun is now in Taurus, and next up is your sign. So you guys are probably getting excited for your solar return, getting ready for Gemini season. This week we also have on the 24th, on Wednesday, we have Pluto going retrograde in Capricorn, which is the biggest thing pretty much this week. Pluto has been in Capricorn since around 2008, I believe, and it goes retrograde for like once a year for quite a while, for almost half the year, I believe. So, for you guys, it's retrograding in your, cannot English right now. Pluto is retrograding in your 8th house of shared resources, inheritance, death, unexpected, and inexplicable changes of the mind or soul. So this has had you really dealing with a lot of death and rebirth, probably a lot of really painful losses, maybe even since 2008. With it retrograding around this time, we might be looking further into what possibly threatens us in any type of material matters, as well as even in our mentality. Okay, so what threatens, our stability in terms of our money, as well as our frame of mind. Alrighty, so let's see, Geminis, in terms of general life and career, what's coming in for you and what will be happening throughout this week. Alright, Geminis, April 22nd to 28th. General life and career, what do they need to know will be happening this week? It's coming out. First thing is the Devil. Weird. Kind of felt like that was going to come out for some reason. It's coming up for my Geminis this week. Ooh, the Sun reversed, and then we also get the Lovers. Interesting. So, I think I'm getting this now. Let me pull one more. Okay. Two of Swords. And let's pull some clarifiers here. Clarify the Devil and the Sun reverse. For me, this talks a lot about an internal focus that might be, I don't know, you guys are just more inwardly focused is how I'm feeling. We might be dealing with something, some type of devil energy here, something that really draws us in. It's kind of almost like addictive behavior situations. Again, with Pluto retrograding in Capricorn, it's really trying to release any type of those unnecessarily Capricornian traits, responsibilities, torturous goals, and achievements that we just can't seem to reach, but we keep on holding on to, that we keep on needing to accomplish. Authority complexes, any type of traditions, responsibilities, things that we've become way too attached to. It's time to release it. It's really time to hand it all over. So maybe that's what we're focusing on, and maybe it's a little bit more of an internal journey for you guys. Or not even maybe, I know that it's an internal journey for you guys. Yeah, Knight of Wands. We're focusing on what we want, what we're passionate about. But it's kind of almost the detriment of other people, or, the people around us, as well as even some aspects of our life here. It feels like we're very hyper-focused, on something very, and almost like very personal goals, personal situations here. Devil energy, again, I feel like there's an unhealthy focus on this. Again, especially with the Sun reverse, there's an unhealthy type of focusing inward on a situation in terms of something that we want and wanting to push forward in it. And if this has to do with work, which is more general life work situations here. We're becoming a little bit obsessive. True. Lovers, Five of Pentacles, though. We're feeling it's because we're feeling disconnected. We're feeling like we're not going to get there. We're feeling a sense of lack here. A sense of, can I really do this? Am I really going to be able to accomplish what I set out to accomplish here? So again, you guys are definitely turning your focus inward in order to overcome this week. It's almost to a negative degree, though, because when you see the Sun reverse, there is just, to me, a really unhealthy focus, especially with the Devil and then the Lovers. even though this is your card and it is upright, and you guys are able to see things clearly and make decisions, we're still feeling this Five of Pentacles about this decision that we have to make. We know that by making this decision, by, you know, making a move here, we could really hurt somebody. We could be causing a huge gap in our life. Or, again, we're needing to make a decision because we've been stuck in this Five of Pentacles too long. Stuck in this, you know, a place of detriment, honestly. I just keep feeling like you guys have been a detriment to yourself. It's almost like self-sabotage. But to you guys, you're seeing it as what I'm doing here is what I need to do to get to where I want to. The Six of Wands, it feels like victory to you guys. However, it's causing this unhealthy focus on this stuff here is causing a lot of trouble for you. And yeah, it says material trouble. We could be dealing with some financial issues, and maybe that's why we're so focused on this, on needing to accomplish something, on needing to push forward on something, that we're not seeing something in a real situation, in a real way. And yet we know, because the Lovers is upright, we know that there's a choice that has to be made here. Yes, this is your card, and it speaks of your energy, Gemini. So we can see both sides, the black and the white of the situation, the masculine, the feminine, all of it. It's seeing it for what it is. Because Gemini, you guys have two sides here, and the Lovers talks about, you know, sometimes really big decisions. You know, there's a conflict between what we're, you know, different attractions, different choices. When there's a necessity of choice here, and it feels like we just can't do it with the Two of Swords. There's Lord of Peace restored, so it does feel like you guys are trying to make the best decision for a more peaceful outcome, for a better outcome for yourself, to get to where you want to again, but we're having trouble this week with this. Let me pull a card of advice for you. I feel like we need a card of advice. Queen of Swords. Yeah, again, guys, you're able to see both sides of the situation. So take the emotion, take all those other feelings out of it, and really be, you know, focus in a very straightforward, almost mechanical, I'm kind of getting, mechanical, colder manner. You know, take the emotions out of it, look at it for what it is in a very, in a very real perspective. This is, you know, the energy of Libra here. Libra sees both sides. It's also an air sign. So take on that Libra energy of that Libra full moon. Maybe you guys realize the truth about a situation, a truth about some unhealthy attachments that you just can't seem to let go of. And it's almost like you guys are at a detriment to keep this energy around for some reason, to keep this unhealthy either workflow where you guys are just, I don't know, there's a really unhealthy work addiction, or the way you're working is unhealthy right now, and it's very self-focused, and I feel like you guys are going to eventually, again, realize that you're here and that you need to make a decision to get out of it. So see it for what it really is. Listen to other people's opinions as well. Listen to what other people have to say. If they're saying something to you, maybe something is up. Look at this very, very clearly and make some clear decisions this week, because you might be doing something that's a real detriment to yourself. Okay? All right, Geminis, let's get a Stacey DeMarco Halloween Oracle message from Spirit for you. Message from Spirit for my Geminis. Advice or guidance from their higher selves or Spirit. Ooh, what's coming right out here? Scrying. Intuition. Yeah, again, guys, you have intuition. Don't try to blind yourself to it this week. Scrying. Should you pull the scrying card, I suggest you try it for starters. It also indicates that you may wish to develop your intuition further and to not rely solely on the logical part of your mind for all the answers. True wisdom takes a balance of logic and imagination and intuition for true wisdom. Okay? So maybe regular meditation, relying on your intuition, or developing your intuition further will help you this week. Okay? If your intuition is pushing at you, please listen to it. It's always kind of what I get also whenever I get that card. So let's look at love for you guys with the Aquarian Tarot this week. Let's get love for my Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, April 22nd through the 28th. Singles, couples, all my Geminis. I need messages of love for this week and guidance. What will be happening in their love lives? Queen of Swords. Yeah, again, there's that. I just feel like there's a real sense of that Libra energy that's kicking around from that full moon that happened on the 19th or 20th, depending on where you are. It brought up a lot of clarity, a lot of clear thinking, clear doing. A lot of truth. Or again, maybe maybe we're involved with a Libra here or another Gemini. Five of Wands, yet there's conflict. And I was actually it came up in, I want to say Taurus's reading, or maybe it was Aries reading, that Gemini, you just kind of feel unavailable to me right now. Or it feels like we're dealing with, Eight of Pentacles reversed, Knight of Rods reversed, both just came out. I don't know what, we're having some either conflicts in terms of work, internal conflicts, competition issues. We're just so focused on some other area of our life that I feel like we're not putting a lot of passion and energy into love in the way that we should, and it's causing, again, some fights, some issues, miscommunications. Yeah, death reverse. We have it. We have some endings that we need to make, some transformations that we need to go through that we have not yet. Okay, especially in terms of love here. We might again be unwilling to let go of something, to release something. When death comes up, there's stagnation and lethargy. I don't want to do this. That's really what's happening here. Is I don't want to put in the work. I don't want to speak my truth here. You guys, for some reason, are not there yet. We need to work on ourselves through this situation. Especially if, we're trying to understand why we're feeling this way. There's a lot of maybe coming off like this and coming off a bit cold, quiet, not really communicative. So clarify Queen of Swords and Five of Rods. Queen of Swords and Five of Rods for my Geminis. For love this week, interesting. Four of Wands. Yeah, we're trying to figure out, I think, what this Four of Wands is for us. We could also be feeling very conflicted, maybe about a twin flame, or just the concept, I feel like for some of you, just the concept of marriage. And if you guys are planning a wedding, there's a lot of stress to that this week. We're having stagnation, not a lot of work put into it, and a lot of people have a lot to say about it, I think. And meanwhile, you're like, I'm going to work on it when I need to, and we'll get married when we want to, okay? Back off. For those of you who are really single, maybe you're having family members ask you why you're still single, why you haven't tied the knot with somebody, and you're kind of just really irritated and over it. Regardless, I don't know, you guys are just not in the mood for, it feels like, love. Seven of Swords reversed. Yeah, there's a reveal. Oof, okay. Whoa, okay. These are just falling out really strangely right now. Seven of Swords reversed, Six of Cups. With Eight of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. We're focusing on a past relationship, on past feelings, maybe someone from our past year that we wanted to get back together with, an ex or somebody that we maybe have fancied in our past year. We have a focus on somebody from the past or a past relationship is really what I'm saying here. And maybe it's because we're feeling conflicted about if we're in a relationship, where our relationship is headed, and now all of a sudden we're thinking about the stuff from the past and we don't want to work on this right now, and we're stagnating. I don't know if we're fearing these changes or what's happening here, but I don't know, it just feels like feels messy. It just feels like you guys are you just want to block out the world and not deal with this right now. You are not in the mood. Yeah, Ten of Wands, you're like, I'm too busy for this. This is too much for me to carry, so I'm not going to do it right now. I'm just going to keep carrying the wands the way I am, and if I try to take on one more, if I try to drop these, I'm going to flip out. Is really what I get here. There's just a lot of energy that, again, is conflicting here. We're having some type of division in terms of our emotional life and our work life, and there's a division here in terms of our emotions. We're not putting any of our emotion and our heart into this part of our life here, and it's showing. And we're focusing on all the it just feels like we're focusing on the wrong things. We have this focus on the past, on maybe past relationships. We're wanting things to go back to the way they were, but we're not putting in the work here. We're definitely not putting in work. We're not seeing things the way that we should be in terms of clarity here. Yeah, there's just, I don't know, if you guys are really work focused and you're really stressed out about work, that's where the whole root of the problem is really coming from to me, honestly, is that, we might not be, maybe we're having trouble aligning on some goals, or for some reason we're fighting this, and I don't really know why. Other than if you're so stressed out and busy with work and your focus is 100% on that, which it kind of feels like that over here. And that's why our love life is stagnating and suffering and, again, staying in the past where it shouldn't be. All right, Gemini singles. Gemini singles. You deserve love. You are lovable. So yeah, maybe in the face of some new changes, you guys are like fighting a new relationship or fighting somebody coming in because you're like, no, I don't want that. I want this other thing from the past year. And I'm going to keep stressing myself out, focusing on work and feeling bitter about it almost instead of going for this. But remember, guys, you do deserve love. You are lovable. And if somebody's trying to come in and give you love, maybe you should have an open heart to this. Have an open heart and an open mind. But if you really are not into love right now, just politely say, all right, everybody back off. I need some space. All right, Gemini couples. Unrecruited love. Oof, there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Wow. So if there was somebody else for some reason you had eyes for that was not a part of your relationship, or if you were thinking about some past thing and wondering, well, what if, know that that was an unrecruited love. There's not enough attraction for this. You cannot keep this going. And for some of us that are in a relationship, you guys, you or your partner, and I'm feeling more like you guys are just not in the mode where you want to work on this anymore. You're kind of over it. You're wishing you could just go back to this, but you don't want to deal with all the things that it involves to get back to that love, to get back to there. So maybe your partner's trying and you're just like not into it anymore, and honestly it kind of feels more unrecruited from their side to you. Could be the other way around again, but I feel more like you guys are just like not into whatever is here right now. Interesting message. Okay. Well, Geminis, I'll be working on the May monthlies this week as well, so yours will be up, one of the first ones up. So check that out when it comes out. Thank you guys for all of your support, and if you guys haven't, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it. And if you want to book a private reading, April 22nd to the April 22nd through the end of the month here, I'm going to be taking $5 off of my 20-minute and as well as my 30 to 40-minute readings as a little birthday end of April special, because I just celebrated my birthday. So thank you guys so much. And if you want to book a private reading, again, all the information is right below this video in my description box. Thank you guys, and have a blessed week.